Welcome to Hayes on the Range. Today we're reviewing the Glock 17 Gen 6. But before we get started, let's talk about how we got here. And just so for those of you who don't know, they come up with these numbers. I know it's kind of confusing because that's the patent it was. So like this is the 17th patent. So that's why it's the Glock 17. But first you had the Gen 5 Glock 17. We already have a video on this. It's a 4.5-inch barrel, full length guide ride and recoil spring. They stopped making this because they wanted the 47 to replace it, the Gen 5 47. And this has a 19 recoil spring, a Glock 19 recoil spring. So I can take this Glock 19 slide and put it on the 47, or I could put the 47 slide on the Glock 19. Clear as mud? Okay. And then now we have the Glock 17 Gen 6, which is basically the Glock 47, but now they call it the 17 in the Gen 6. Hope that makes sense. Let's take a deep dive. Okay, so we open the box. It comes with 3 magazines and some extra back straps and some tools for you to try to put your optic together, because we'll get to the optic part in a second. But it weighs 23 ounces, which is a little lighter than the 47. The 47 came in at about just right under 25 ounces. They supposedly increased the mag well size, the width of it. Here's a 47-foot comparison. Maybe it's a little more wider. It's not really that much to me, but I guess the grip is a little thinner. So yeah, they added this RTF6 grip texture, which is a pretty solid improvement. It's not nothing crazy or anything, like compared to how it normally comes. Like this is kind of bad how it usually comes. But this is an improvement, and it goes all the way up to the top. They added a beaver tail. Usually you had to add a back strap with a beaver tail, but now it comes with the beaver tail. So there's that. They changed the undercut. They made this thinner. A lot of people usually used to put a little tool to it to make it thinner, because you see how it is on the, let me put them right side by side. As you can see the difference, it's a lot thinner. That way you can get a higher purchase. They even added some grip texture up here for your thumb, but I usually don't ride that high, so that doesn't really factor in for me. This trigger, they changed the trigger shoe to a sort of flat face trigger. The gun is clear, y'all. Y'all can see for yourself too. And this is the reset. It does push you out on the reset. I do like that. The trigger weight is about 5 pounds. I tested it with my trigger gauge tool, but YouTube was kind of weird about that, so I didn't even go with that. The slide serrations are a lot deeper on here. I do like that compared to, you can actually probably see the difference on that. I don't know if you can on the camera. Yeah, I think you could tell there. Yeah, so it's a lot deeper. So you can easily grab a hold of that. So I took it apart because they don't want you to take it apart on YouTube, so I had to do it off camera. But they changed the MOS, well, it's not an MOS system now. They just give you like this, I'm gonna post a little picture of how it looks without the optic. And they give you like a little filler that you, adapter plate that you put there. They give you 3 of them. One is for RMR, one is for this Delta Point, and I think the other one is RMSC, I'm not sure, I can't remember. I only really rock RMRs or the optic footprint for the Defender XL. But yeah, it still comes with the same Glock sights. I believe they said like people want the sights that they want anyway, so there's no point in them changing it. They'll just put the cheap ones on there and keep costs down, and then you can put whatever sights you want on there. But normally I run a red dot, so it's not that big of a deal for me. And in the internals, they switched this up. So this is the Glock 47 slide, and this is the new Gen 6 slide. Apparently they changed some stuff in here, so like you can't easily put a switch on it or whatever. And they also changed the recoil spring. Normally it comes with a dual recoil spring. Now they all just come with the single one. But yeah, we about to throw some shots downrange. All right, we're gonna start off making sure my dot is zeroed. We at about 7 yards, and we're gonna shoot some paper. Oh, flanked on them last time. There we go. All right, it's about where it needs to be. Time to shoot some steel. Actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, the grip texture is actually all right for me. Might not need any sandpaper or grip tape. To bring the Glock 47 out to try to see if we could tell a difference in the recoil or anything. It might feel a little better, but it's really not that much of a difference. I mean, what I got left? All right, I'm gonna refill. It's not bad, y'all. Today we just did the first few shots. We're gonna do like a 1,000-round review. We're gonna compare it to other things. So we're gonna head up, give my final thoughts. Final thoughts on the Glock 17 Gen 6. This is probably the last Glock I'm gonna buy. Like, I still got two that I haven't shown y'all. We'll get around to it. It's on the list of reviews. But it's all right. I will say, if you have a 47 or a 17, it's not worth upgrading. Really, it's not that huge of a difference. But if you're looking to get a Glock, then yeah, I would get this. Well, so far. We only shot like 100 rounds. I said we. It was me by myself today. I only shot like 100 rounds through it. This grip texture is somewhere in between grip tape and then where the old Glock is. Because like with the old Glock stippling, I always felt like I needed grip tape. With this one, I'm torn. I'm not quite sure if I really need grip tape or not. The trigger is still a Glock trigger. Nothing's special about it. The shoe is, I like the shoe a little better, but it's heavy. It's like 5.5 pounds. Oh, but it's like self-defense. You want it to be a little heavy. Like, this is a full-size gun. You're going to have it in a holster. At least give us 4 pounds, 4.5 or something like that. But anything over 5, it started getting kind of sketchy. At least that's what I'm going to use for some of my low shots earlier today. I do like the upgraded optic system. The plate stayed on pretty good. I mean, well, the optic stayed on pretty good. And it's simpler. It sits a little lower, even though this Vortex XL is kind of wide, has a wide base. The slide serrations are an upgrade. I did put a bigger back strap on here because it's a little more narrow than the original, than like the Glock 47. So I added, I think this is the medium back strap. Eventually they're gonna make a brass plug that fits in here. I'll add that to it. I guess we can get to, is it a cool, is it a tool? Like, it's cool. This is probably the best looking Glock unless you like customize it fully. Is it a tool? I haven't had any problems yet, even though it's a small sample size. We are gonna put this through the ringer and just like have a full-fledged range day with everybody out there. And we're gonna do a few comparison videos. So we'll get a lot more shooting with this. Yeah, that might wrap it up, yeah. Like, it's all right. Not worth upgrading your 47. Because probably, at this point, if you have a 47 or a 17 already, you already probably got grip tape or got some stippling done. You already probably upgraded the trigger. So you got it how you want it. This is not that big of a difference to upgrade. But it is nice. It's okay. Y'all take it easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. Uh-oh, yeah. We getting the garden ready. Our crops. We got some peppers, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, parsley for decoration. We even got some fruit trees coming in. We're gonna be lit.